Illustrator, and I'm coming to you live Wednesday morning, September 17, on YouTube. You can find me any other time besides Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Just a sec, I forgot to silence my thing here a second. Okay, now I'm better. I actually clicked my thing before I got on, so it popped up as soon as it was available. So you can find me any other time. Hi, Carrie. When on not Wednesday mornings, you can find me on my website at dazzledbystamping.com. I have samples there, and there's links for my classes and for shopping and whatever it is that you need. There's links to contact me if you don't have a way to contact me. Hi, Jennifer. Thanks for joining me. So anyway, there's that. Okay, I did refresh my screen, but I want to make it bigger because then I can see comments better. Oh, that's a little bit too big. Morning, I'm using my iPad. It's easy to comment here. Yay! Oh, good. Yay. Hi Nancy, hi Sandy. Thank you so much for joining me. Todd is on vacation this week and he just got home from what I understood to be 9 holes of golf.
That'll be 18.
Oh, he did 18. Woohoo! You're welcome. Happy birthday early. Hi Stephanie. He's feeling better. He still has a cough once in a while. Yesterday, I think, under 100? Under 100, hun?
What?
Golf? I assume that's for you. Under 100?
For what?
I assume your score?
I'm just practicing.
Oh, he didn't keep score. Did you do 2 balls?
Yes.
So he didn't go with anybody. He just went by himself. Hi, Janine. Hi, Marlene. He went by himself, and he likes doing that. First of all, he's on vacation, so doesn't have somebody that he would typically golf for. My husband is very competitive with himself. He has an Excel spreadsheet. Oh my! Well, this is actually he did play. We did a charity golf outing in June. Hi, Dot. And he played, but it was a scramble, so that's different than normal. But other than that, this is the first time he's actually been on the course.
Except yesterday.
Oh yeah, and he went yesterday. So yesterday he was finally feeling better, and he played 9 holes yesterday, and he scheduled. I didn't realize it was a full 18 this morning. So what he likes to do when he plays by himself, because he's quick enough, he plays 2 balls to see, how his shots are, stuff like that. So.
And it took me 3 holes to be the dew sweeper.
It took.
They had a group of 2 old guys out in front of me.
Oh.
And it took me 3 holes for them to go, you can go ahead. So
Oh, okay.
that became the dew sweeper.
So I learned the term dew sweeper when I was first married to him, or maybe it wasn't right away. His parents always golfed, and I remembered learning the term dew sweeper when some of their friends, they lived in I'll say a golf community, like a year long, like it was in Georgia or something like that, where they could golf year long, and they said that they were always the dew sweepers, and I thought that was funny. So if you don't understand, it's like the first people out in the morning, so your steps are the first ones walking through the dew in the morning or whatever. So that's a good idea. I have to tell my husband that. Knowing him, he will have an Excel for both. Right. He'll have to use 2 different brands of balls so that he can keep track of which one's which. Oh, that's funny. So does he have a club? Does he play at a club? Does he play at the same place every time? Where does he go? so we were supposed to go this weekend to see Rachel, and Todd was sick, so we didn't. And he and Sean were supposed to golf together, and so and plus, why he's getting into it now too is this Saturday, our son Tyler, his company is doing a charity golf outing. They've sponsored a hole or something. And so Tyler usually invites him along. So Todd wanted to at least be on the course before going there, because normally he just does tournaments. His score is usually 90-95. Cool. I feel like, well, I don't know. I don't know Todd's score because when I went with him, so I didn't golf in June. I just rode in the cart, and we hung out, and it was a scramble. So that's, cheating. You get to use your best ball. So I'm not sure he even knows his score anymore because he doesn't golf like he used to. So, okay, enough golf and Todd. So, I'm going to switch right over to my randomizer. If you're new to me and don't know what in the world I'm talking about, I give away the projects that I make during my live. And I'm getting ads in the way. Get out of the way. Okay. So I give away projects that I make, and I load everybody's name up in what I call a randomizer. It's actually from Tournament of Champions on Food Network, but it's just like a random comment or name picker or whatever. So anyway, I think I have 2 cards. Oh yeah, they were my sweater cards. So I have everybody's name. I started it. I forgot where I laid my Post-it notes. I saw them when I was moving things. Oh, Jennifer, you're my first winner. Congratulations. All right, here's one. Now I need a pen. I have one more project that I have in mind, using my sweater, but I need to wait until at least after Saturday. Yes, sweater weather. Okay, pick another name. Where is that? Oh, it's down lower. Pick a new winner and start. So, and Mario, yay. We haven't seen him on here since we switched to YouTube, but he watches later. He liked my sweater card, so that worked out well. Okay, back here. Yay, congratulations. All right. So I have to admit to you, I have a couple cards and they're very simple, but I also have some tips for you today. They are simple because for some reason, hi Beth. I was just sleepy last night and kept falling asleep and did not have inspiration for today, and I had projects left from my class last night, which went well. It was my Stamping at Marge's class, and everybody had a great time, and it was so cute. I loved it. So the second card, oh, we have ink all over this. The second card, which I'm going to show you today, it talks about a friend, and she said, well, I'm going to send this to my friend Eleanor. Her birthday is in October. And so she started writing in her card right then. I don't know when in October, but her birthday's in October. She was writing in her card, and she said, do you have your business card? And so she was going to tell her friend, send the birthday card to Eleanor and tell her friend that she made this card with her friend Stephanie and give her the business card. And I just thought it was too cute. All right, so anyway, simple cards today, but I have tips for you. Maybe you know them, maybe you don't. Yeah, just some fun things to show you. So, I'm going to put you down. Hi, Jamie. Just, you know what? I need a drink first before I put you down. Can't even do it. Okay. So now, Carrie, you can close your... Carrie's on, right? You can close your eyes. I have that horrible short-term memory when it comes to being live. I don't know why. I'm trying to see if... I gotta make sure that I can see here. Alright, here's... I'm sort of lopsided here. Sorry, I'm trying to straighten it out a little bit. Alright, and then I know I have to spin, so we're not upside down. Okay, so the first tip that I want to show you, I don't know if you have heard this or not. This is especially good for people who go to crops or retreats or are a demonstrator and you travel a lot with your paper trimmer. I have two, I did use this yesterday, two big strong rubber bands on here so that I can keep my blades in place and so that they don't try to flip out and this doesn't try moving and whatever. So it helps you not lose your blades because they always try to sneak out anyway. And then this thing will open. So it protects it and saves your stuff. So that's just a tip that I wanted to share since I was coming live with you today. Okay. Now, you guys know the tip about cleaning your track with baby wipes, right? When you cut paper, it causes dust, just like when you saw wood, you get sawdust. And this probably needs it, so I'm going to do it right now because I think it's my other one. In case you didn't remember, what you could do if you don't have two rubber bands or don't want to do that, you could just keep it both all the way down and then put your rubber band, I don't think I'm in camera, put them both right here and put your rubber band across here and it will keep it down here. But I sort of like the idea of having it at both ends because then one end can't try to keep opening and getting caught on things. Okay, so I know I showed you this fairly recently, but I'm going to do it again just because it needs it and I'm doing tips quick. So here's what I do. Just using your fingernail or just using your take your pick tool, or somebody told me, we did this at some training we did for a team retreat, a combined team retreat, and somebody said that they just used their piece of cardstock and just ran it in here. I'm like, oh, it's not enough. Yes, then you can protect everything. Okay, so I use a baby wipe and I lay it across my track and I go up to the top. You can't see both ends, but I'm going to start at the top of the track and come down. Can you see I have the back of my paper snips coming in here? I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting in camera. I'm using the back of my paper snips, and then you end up with some on your baby wipe. And then I turn my paper snips around and I use the sharp tip and I dig out anything. See my big chunk that I just got? Dig out anything that's here. So this does two things. Well, okay. Sorry, just a sec. I do not like fuzzy edges, so it makes it so less likely that you'll have fuzzy edges on your cardstock when you cut it. And so then that makes your blade last longer because you also need to clean in here. This is filthy, but it doesn't affect my blade working. Oh, I had a lot of fuzz in there. It makes your blade last longer because you're not thinking that it's your blade that's bad, because you're cleaning the track and it's letting your blade last. Now you know to work up and down, right? So cut one way, next cardstock, cut the other way. You don't ever go both ways because, yeah, I don't like fuzzy edges either. That's bad. You don't ever go cut, on the same piece of cardstock, because then you might get a little sliver of cardstock and it makes a problem. Oh, that's fun. Did you go with your grandkids, Marcia? You weren't a winner though, sorry. um, where was I at? I don't remember. Oh, anyway, so cut one way, next cardstock, cut one way. If you tend to not do a lot at one time, so you don't have the opportunity to go one way and then go the other way, what you can do is actually take your blade out and turn it around and put it back in. So if you tend to go one way, then you're going to use both sides of your blade, and that will make it last longer. One more thing. Nope, just Chris. But Kayla will take Isaiah next week to pick. Awesome. Cool. What did you pick? One more thing I want to show you, and I did not show this. I gotta find the right thing, though. Just a sec. I guess I only have new ones. Just a sec. We went picking last week. Oh, here it is. We picked Honeycrisp, and we even got some more peaches last week. And Todd likes a kind called Golden Supreme that, in my opinion, tastes like a combination between an apple and a pear if it's ripe enough. It's good. Okay, so this is how the cutting blades come now, and I don't like throwing a blade in the trash that doesn't have the protection on it. They're not individual with here. I guess you could cut the pieces, but what I've been doing instead is when I put, I don't know if you can see this, the lighting seems funny. When I pull well, even before I pull the blade, if I'm changing it out, just bought an Allosaur. I can't walk through the orchard with my... gotcha. All right. Before I even pull my blade out, if I know that I'm switching it out, I put X's on it with my Sharpie. And so then when I put it in here, I can tell which ones are used blades and which one's a new blade. So it helps it too. So if you keep some old blades on hand, not that I ever pulled out that much, because I actually have a third trimmer that it's still the last old one that we have. I use it for cutting like glimmer paper and stuff like that. But having ones like this will make it so that you're not using your best blade on something like glimmer paper that will chew it up. So anyway, last tip. All right, so I have one more thing. It's sort of a technique, I guess I'll say. So I'm going to be starting with cloud cover today. And, okay, may not be the last tip. I guess I do things that I don't even realize are tips sometimes. So first of all, what I will say is, I don't know if you do this or not. Sometimes I don't want to have two cards that have score lines in it, but I always score first and then cut. So I'm doing two cards at one time, rather than if I cut it first, then I have to score it twice by turning it around. So I'm going to score this, and sometimes I do this twice or three times, depending on how thick the cardstock feels. So I scored it once, then I can turn it and cut it once. Also, do you guys make marks? Mine are sort of fading, but I should... Do I have my... I wonder if my Sharpie is here somewhere. I lose Sharpies as easily as I lose pens. It's ridiculous. I'll say, I can't find my pen, and Todd says, look on the floor, all around my chair, my comfy chair that I sit in. They're on the floor everywhere. All right, I can't find my Sharpie, so I can't redo it right now. But you're funny, Jamie. Okay, so another thing that just helps my mind, you know, sometimes you just sort of get, like, you work without thinking, but then you have to stop and think. So you can't see it very well, but I used a Sharpie on my 4 1/4 mark and on my 5 1/2 mark. This one's almost completely faded. Because those are the measurements that you use all the time. I enjoy hearing tips and tricks because, as you know, I have been out of the loop for a while. Perfect. So anyway, I mark up at the top and at the bottom because depending on, well, I guess depending on, I don't know what it depends on. There are just times that sometimes, I usually work close to me, but sometimes because of something else, it works better to work up here. I don't know why. Okay, so those are the tips that I can think of right now. Oh, but also I have been, since we've had this trimmer, which has been quite a few years now, I tend to use this side a lot. Ooh, I left something in here. There's like a half moon of something in here. I tend to use this side a lot if I need like a 1/2 inch of something, or even this line up here. Am I in camera? This line up here goes up to, this is 1.5 inches. So if I have something that small, I will end up cutting over here, and then I can just keep pushing and pushing, and all my pieces go off and are stacking up next to me. So I love that this is wider for, you have a lot more to hold on to over here when you do this tiny cuts over on this side. Okay, so I'm gonna show you, I have my Marlene wants you back in club, Janine. Okay, so I have my card scored already, and so yesterday I was wanting a really simple card because everybody that I was working with was completely new stampers, but I wanted, so I was trying to not do layers, but I wanted interest on my card. So we tend to forget sometimes that we can use, well, we have a Simply Scored scoring tool, great big thing, another thing to pull out, but I don't pull that out very often, but I use my trimmer all the time. So we can do things with our paper trimmer. So every 1/4 inch for 3 extra times, I'm gonna make some score lines here. So I'm gonna line my already score line up here, 4 1/4, and do another one. This is not sturdy enough on there. I'm gonna redo that. That's better. I had like a hole in my, I don't know what to call it. My end was on some ink pads instead of on the table. Okay. So, can you see I added some score lines here? I just wanted a little bit more interest. So I did it on that side. And I'm done with the trim now. I think that's all the tips that I have for you today for the paper trimmer anyway. All right. And I like to crease this not on my, I like to do it on wood, not on my cushion here. Okay. So, where are my pieces? So I have my white cardstock, and I'm using 2 3/8 inch circle punch. I forgot, I couldn't show them actually punch. Well, I did show them on scrap paper. I forgot this piece last night when I went to my thing. Thanks, Bev. We are doing a piece on here that we're going to do. So this is one of my favorite things. And for some reason, I feel like Night of Navy is my favorite color to do this with. Not all colors are created equal. I tried it with Secret Sea. Will the paper trimmer be on sale the 18th as a tool? I have no idea. Which reminds me, Carrie just told me, reminded me that we have a 1-day sale, 24-hour sale tomorrow, the 18th. on all stamp sets and stamp tools. I don't know what a tool is considered. We'll have to see when it goes live. It'll be midnight tonight Mountain Time, so that's 2 a.m. So it's not bundles, it's not suites, it's stamps, stamp sets, and tools. And I don't know what the tools are yet. So anyway, thank you for your question, Carrie, but I don't know how to answer it. Okay, so this is one of my favorite things to do. You know I'm not a colorer, but this is an easy way to color. So we're using this flower that, I don't know, I think it sort of looks like lilacs, but I have no idea. I'm not good with flowers sometimes. So I'm using Night of Navy. I tried this with Secret Sea, and it's just not the same. It's just made up differently. And I have my Wink of Stella. And rather than finding something to color my flowers with, I'm just spreading the color that's already there. So I'm coloring in my flowers, and I'm adding shimmer while I'm doing it. So some other colors that work well with this, Secret Sea worked okay, but there's just something about Night of Navy that just works really well. Another color that's good is Blackberry Bliss. I feel like it's all the deep colors. I feel like Mossy Meadow, maybe Cherry Cobbler, I'm not sure, Early Espresso, probably, I about said Pretty in Pink, that's not the one. Pretty Peacock, I think, is another one that is really good. I know that's Sandy's favorite. But you need a deep color. So, and then you run off your Wink of Stella when it's done. Okay, so we have our flower colored, and we have some glimmer to it. Shimmer. It's shimmer. Shimmer is more fine than glimmer on that. Glimmer paper is actually, what do you call it? Glitter on your paper. Okay, so this is going to go on here, but I'm going to do more yet. We're going to take this back out. Okay, again, I was trying to think of ways to add interest to this card without adding a bunch of layers, because I was working with new people. So I'm tearing. Remember, when you tear this edge, if you keep your fingers close together, you have more control. If you just take your finger from up at the top and just totally pull it apart, you won't have any control whatsoever. Okay, so I have my torn edge here. And oh, there it is. I'm like, I just cleaned this, where'd it go? And I'm taking my blending brush, and I'm just brushing the edge of this. Last night we had even more creative people. They really loved the Wink of Stella. Dot and Marcia need to get back in the loop. I know, I agree. So once we got this inked up, they also added Wink of Stella to their edge here. So you think I should do it their way? Should I add it to the edge? So that definitely, I've always loved the idea, whether it was sponging when that's all that we had, we didn't have brushes. I always loved the concept of adding color that sort of looks like layers, but without adding cost. You already have your ink pads. Oh, that's not a good way to do it. I'm making lines instead of whatever. You already have your ink pads, so whatever way you can use your ink pads is just a way that you're not adding cost. You're not adding cardstock, which is consumable, layers to add color. So here's that. All right, one more thing. I want to do this inside. So we have, I, for some reason, love this. Marlene tells me they're wildflowers, but I call them weed looking. For some reason, I just love these. Okay, so I'm going to stamp once, stamp twice. So I have two-tone flowers here. All right, we're done with that one. Okay, I'm not stamping anything else on the inside on this one. Okay. So I want to put this on with dimensionals. And then it does add a lot to the edge. We'll put this on here, and then we need our greeting. So I'm just going to make this a birthday card. Oh, I didn't show you my stamp sets. That was silly. Just a sec. So I'm using Gallery Blooms. This is from the Beautiful Gallery Suite. The Beautiful Gallery Suite actually has 2 bundles in it. This one, I don't have the dies for, well, maybe I do have the dies for it. Because I think it's the labels. Or, I mean, not the labels, the frames. Anyway, I have the frames ones. So, Gallery Blooms. And then I'm using Unbounded Love for the words. I think this is another one that has a double bundle in the suite. So this, I don't have the words that actually go with Gallery Blooms. That's the other part of the suite. But this particular font, I feel like goes well with this because they're both sort of thick, or they have thick parts to it. All right, so just doing happy birthday. Ta-da. And then last thing, I'm going to grab my one that has less in it. Just regular old rhinestones. And I don't see where, oh, here it is. Using a take your pick tool. All right, so I want a big one. I'm going to put that there. And then 2 small ones, one there. Oops, I missed it. And one there. And there's my card. Really simple, right? But lovely. Sometimes we make things so much more difficult than they need to be. I rarely have a card that has this few layers. Like usually there's another layer behind this, or I don't know. But anyway, so this is a good way you can just add some texture to your card too. Yes, thank you so much. Okay, done with that one. All right, I'm putting this away here. Thank you so much. Okay, so my next card, I stepped it up a little bit. And I feel like I may have done, I know we for sure did it at a class recently, but I may have done this for a live, and I'm not really sure. But I'm still going with it because that's what I was able to do last night. Really liking the cleaning some cards these days. That's how I like to be. I don't like it to be so much here. Okay, so now I'm using the pairs. Perfectly Pairs. This is a 2-step stamp. Here's the outline, the inside. So at first glance, this looks like, oh, I have to do coloring, which you certainly may, but these stamps here make it so that you can stamp the inside. Perfectly Pairs. This is the one I just had my Dazzling Card Club with. The next one we're going to be using is called Gathering Moments. It's leaves, and it's really pretty. Here are the dies for it. Okay, so I have some designer paper from the designer paper is called Painterly Pairs. And I'm just going to, I need to find my silicone mat. Here it is. All right, I'm just gonna put this inside. I'm not doing anything special on this one. I'm just making it so that it is easier to read for people. But I'm not designing the inside this time. Okay, so we're gonna put our designer paper down. Last night somebody chose to use this side, and it looked really nice when she did it. Yes, I have Dot's favorite old olive, if you couldn't tell. Okay, so we're stamping our pears on the white. This is Mossy Meadow, by the way. Here is... So I'm sorry if I've shown you this card before. I haven't showed you this exact one, but I may have shown you the concept, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm stamping my pears. This was Memento. Oh, I didn't want to confuse them like crazy, so I brought my old Memento that it's already comes this way. You know I've been using the Firm Foam Memento. I didn't want to try to explain that. Okay, next we're going to use Darling Duckling. And I know you love these colors, Dot. So we're going to stamp the pears right in here. So if you tend to be off a little bit, like if you look closely, I'm off here a little bit. It's okay. This style, I think, makes it, you don't have to be perfectly in the lines. That's just sort of how watercoloring looks. And that's what I think this looks like. In fact, like you can see the splotchiness on here. And if I didn't show you this before, you know, I'm going to ink it up again and show you the back of it. Okay, so if you look at this, this stamp looks like it's not inked up well. But if you look at the actual, the actual image on the stamp set, like it's made to look like that. It's made to give it the watercolor look. And they used to call it something like distinctive, but I haven't seen that word in a long time on the stamp set. So I don't know if that's truly distinctive or not. But anyway, it's made to, you don't have to be perfection when you do that. Okay, so done with Darling Duckling, and now I'm using Old Olive and a sponge dauber. So I'm going to ink up some color here, and I'm just going to rub it in to add some green. And even when I do this, I end up not being exactly where I want it to be, but that's okay. So I'm making my pears ripened. Oh, what was I going to say about this? I don't remember. Anyway, there's my pears. Okay, so I've not been doing the, or maybe there isn't one. Yeah, there's not one. There's not a stamp for the inside of the leaves and stuff of the double pears, just the single one. But I've not even been using this one because I like the stem to be a different color than the leaves. So, where are my markers here? Okay, so I'm taking, this is actually the lighter pecan pie, and the fine tip, I usually never use the fine tip, but I'm going to have to start doing that because the Stampin' Right markers are going away. So these are all I'm going to have. All right, so I did the stem, and now I'm going to do, I'm quick enough that I can just do like the center of all these. You don't want to put a bunch of dark color down and then, me too. I have been liking it too. And at first when I saw it, I didn't like it. You don't want to put a bunch of color down that you're not going to get to right away, because you want to blend it while it's still wet. But I'm quick enough that that it's still okay. So you can see where the dark was, and you can see where the light sort of blended with it. So there you go. All right. Now, this may be the first time that I've actually remembered it before moving on. This sort of just makes it. I just love this. So this is just the splatter right here on the stamp set. And I'm going to ink it up with Secrecy and stamp off once, and then just kind of go around. And it just sort of makes it look artsy instead of just plain. All right. Silicone matte. I lost my adhesive. You couldn't have gone far. Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, and here's evidence that you need to make sure that you have something underneath, just in case the Stampin' Blends ink goes through. I ordered the Pear Suite last night. I can't wait to play with it. There are so many gorgeous cards with it. I know. My favorite designer paper is still the Secret Sea with petal pink in it. I just love it. Okay. Dimensionals. Using my edges up. All right, so we're gonna put it across the designer paper a little bit so that we just help sort of, I don't know, blend the colors or whatever. That's what I like. All right, and then we're going to use the Good Friend one. It was Marge's favorite. Okay. You know what? I don't know how much it matters, but I'm going to use... Oh, this is Secrecy. Never mind. Never mind. Okay. Not upside down, though. A good friend is a gift. Amen. Okay, and then we need bling. And I went really simple on the bling with this and used it partly because I have so many more of these. But here's the Darling Duckling here. And there's my card. That's it. Okay, so I'm done, and I'm going to bring you guys back up again. So, Carrie, close your eyes, because I need to chat about stuff going on. Oh, I should spin first. Okay, spin. I loosened it. Oops, that does not want to go. Ah, here I am. All right, very nice. Thank you, ladies. Okay. So I have to remind you, next week, Tuesday. So what are we, 6 days? Very nice card. You're good, Marlene. Thank you, ladies. Next week, Tuesday, the 23rd, is my BOGO sale. Excuse me. So I will have in person from 10 a.m. to noon. So if you're local, you can come and actually check it out in person. And then I will have an online BOGO sale starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And it will be, there's a separate BOGO group. So it's not on my Dazzled by Stamping. It's a group like affiliated with, but it's not on Dazzled by Stamping. You need to be part of this group to see it. And I post that group in different places. So if you need it, let me know. So the BOGO is, first of all, I'm still working towards my incentive trip. to be part of the less than 1% that earns the incentive trip each year. And I usually end up, I started doing my BOGO this during this month just as a last push to earn it. Excuse me. So, just making things clear, I have stuff that some of it's completely discontinued, and some of it may still end up being on the last chance list that you can get somewhere else. I'm not worrying about that. Once it hits the last chance list, I'm pulling it and getting rid of it, because it could be discontinued at any minute, and that doesn't help any of us when I try to use that, and then you go, well, why can't I order that now? So, to be very clear, what I'm showing you, or what you can come and get, too short today. Sorry, they were quick cards. What you can come and get is free. But what you claim from my retired or last chance or whatever stuff, you need to place an order for the total value of what you claim in my online store. So the things that I show you, you may find them still online. I'm not keeping track of that because they can be gone at any second. So what I'm showing is going to be the free stuff, and if you're in person, you can obviously just pick it up, or if you're local, you can just pick it up. But if you're joining me online, I can ship it to you, and there's I'll figure out the shipping, and then you'll have to pay for that through PayPal. Just a reminder, so I'll do it live at 3 p.m. Next Tuesday, but then once I'm done with the video, anything that hasn't been claimed during the video, then I will take a picture of everything and I'll put albums up. I don't know how quickly that night. It depends on how much is left, kind of. And you'll be able to order or claim stuff from the albums through Saturday is what I think I said. So there's that. Today also is the last today? Well, no, it's not the last day. It's a reminder for coming to Pages and Grapes for to stamp with me with kits. Yesterday there was last chance for a Christmas class. I think it's a reminder for World Card Making Day, probably. I don't remember. There were 3 things that were all together. So anyway, so check out my events and see which ones have to be registered right away. And if you have any questions about my BOGO, let me know. And tomorrow starts a sale. All stamp sets and stamp tools, whatever that means. We'll find out tomorrow. Or we'll find out at midnight tonight, Mountain Time, 2 a.m. Eastern Time. So, I think that's all that I have to tell you or show you. Oh, probably the other reminder was my Dazzling Card Club, which is Gathering Moments. And that is on, well, the deadline is the 26th. The class is, I think, oh shoot. I think I made something. I think I made a mistake. I'm gonna have to look something up. Okay. So thank you so much for joining me today, and have a wonderful day. And I will see you again, hopefully on Tuesday at my my BOGO sale. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a great week. And I will see you later. Bye.